Hey, y'all. How you doing on this fine Monday afternoon, evening on the East Coast, afternoon here on the West Coast? How are y'all doing? Okay. I hope that this live finds you well. I hope you had a great day. And if you didn't, hopefully this live will turn that frown or that frustrating situation back around and you'll be smiling. Just make it a moment. Don't make it a whole day. Okay. But if the situation calls for a day of festivity, turn that around too. Like, don't make it 2 days unless it's warranted. You got to be the judge of that. Oh, my little scarf is scarfing. So anyway, y'all, I am Melissa Barron. I am your host of Real Talk with Melissa Barron. And I'm telling you right now, we have a lineup today of some news that has been trending. And I definitely have some updates of some news that we've talked about prior. So you don't want to miss out. I'm telling you right now. Speaking of missing out, make sure you check out, if you haven't, the video that I did last night. Last night was like a soul Sunday type of a vibe. I gave some of you a part of me that I typically don't share on this platform. And I came with some positivity, some motivation, and some love and light. And so if you just find yourself where you just enjoy that type of content, but then also you need it, check out that video that I did yesterday. Because we're here, we're live. It's Livemas. I'm not gonna hold y'all. We're gonna get to the first story, okay? So let's see. First story. Wendy and Sherri. I feel like, they're right up there with Travis Scott and Jussie Smollett and a couple of other people that just have been trending for the past couple of weeks. Well, the first part of the news is that Wendy is not set to return until after January. That is, let me do the sound effect. Um that is a lot of sad news for a lot of people that are Wendy watchers and a lot of us that are Wendy fans. Now, here's the thing. I'm not a Wendy super fan, but I did watch her show from time to time, of course, and I did enjoy Miss Wendy. And I'm all here for her being empowered with her own show. So I'm not happy. And we had this discussion before. Y'all remember, I wanted to know, did you like your faves to finish on a high note? So we were talking about Wendy, Simone Biles, um Tiger, Serena, those people that are just kind of having their days right now where it's just like they're not on top, it feels like. Well, for me, I want to see Wendy win, but her health is way more important. So what I feel is happening, this is just my opinion, what it feels like is producers, sponsors, everyone knows it's over. Like, it's over. Everyone knows it, but they don't want to kind of just say it's over just yet. Wendy has not been on her show since before November. There has been guest hosts, and and so through, I reported, Wendy was in the wheelchair allegedly, and then she showed us walking, and then we have a picture here. Let me see if I can share it with you guys, where Wendy was spotted out on Sunday walking with her son. So Wendy is here to let us know, I don't know what you heard about me, but I'm good. But I don't know how well I believe that. So this is Wendy with her son, her one and only child, Kevin Hunter Jr., and they are seen walking. She doesn't seem like she's confined to a wheelchair to me, as some people have reported, but it's good to see her walking. It's good to see them together because I heard also that they had some tumultuous stuff going on. So I send all love and light to Wendy, healing, and hopefully she takes care of herself and she comes back. But I'm just telling you, it doesn't look like it. Well, speaking of co-hosts and people stepping in Wendy's absence, you see Sherri Shepherd on the screen. Where Sherri was slated to take over for Wendy this week. Well, come to find out, Sherri had an emergency surgery today. She was supposed to host today, and she ended up with emergency appendectomy surgery. So as much as she's not, as much as Wendy's not coming back, a lot of people, the ratings went through the roof over Miss Sherri. And then Sherri was asked to come back this week, but she couldn't come back because she has emergency surgery. So shout out to us Hey, peeking in. Hey, Pamela, good to see you, girl. Thank you. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Lakeisha. Hey, Forge Man. Hey, Shatika, first one in the show. So yeah, y'all. So those of you that are Wendy watchers and are just really waiting for updates, there's your update. Even so, the comedian Michael, I forgot his name. He's the one that took over for Sherri today, and it's so funny because I want to say last night or the night before, Sherri had to take over for Michael Report or something like that. Y'all know him. He's a comedian. Well, anyway, him and Sherri were supposed. He was supposed to headline. Sherri was supposed to do a 15-minute bit. His plane was delayed, and he had a whole bunch of other stuff. So her set had to go on for like 45 minutes. He never showed up. So she went on Instagram Live a little bit after the show, whatever, and she was fake going off of him on him, of course, and she wished him well or whatever. So it's just so funny that a day or so later he ends up filling in for her. So healing, love, and light to Miss Sherri. Well, y'all see it. Y'all see who this is. This is Jussie, okay? Jussie Smollett. It's the news story that keeps giving and giving. And you know what? Speaking of giving and giving, I know a lot of you have opinions about this and other things that's going on. So I decided that Wednesday, we just going to talk it out. We're going to have a debate Wednesday. You can cam up, talk in the chat, do whatever it is that you want to do. But we're going to use Wednesday to just kind of this or that. Is this true? What do you think about this? From Jussie to a lot of other things. So make sure you tune in on Wednesday. But anyway, jurors are now speaking out in this case. So if you didn't know, unless you were living under a rock or you completely missed my live in the past couple of days, Jussie Smollett has been found guilty on the counts that he was charged. So the jury says it was a split decision. It was favored to the actor after debate over the final count. So here's the quote. I just hope that Smollett and his attorneys know that we went in there with an open mind. The jury told Sun-Times after the actor was found guilty of staging a hate crime. I listened to both sides. The jury in Jussie Smollett's trial felt that they were doing him a favor when they convicted the former Empire actor in 5 counts of disorderly conduct instead of the 6. So what the jury is saying is basically we went in there with an open mind. We gave you a favor. We gave you a grace a little bit on that 6th count. So we did the 5. One of the jurors spoke out to the Sun-Times on Friday. The decision was the decision was one that the jury struggled with. So those of you that are like me and you're like, what took them so long? It seems like that 6th count was the thing that they were split on. In the end, the jury tells the reporter, we all thought we were doing Jussie a favor. Okay. The count charged the actor with lying to police during a second interview with detectives on February 14th, when he reported he was a victim of an aggravated battery. The other 5 counts of disorderly conduct Smollett was convicted of were reportedly reporting a battery and for reporting a hate crime to other officers hours after the attack. So what it sounds like what they grappled with was this interview, the second interview, and the truthfulness of it, and whether he was lying intentionally or whatever. So shouts out to you guys. This is the update with Mr. Jussie. I know that some of us are debating whether he should do jail time, probation, leave him alone. Come back on Wednesday. If you want to cam up, call in. That's what we're going to do on Wednesday. So, yeah, it was a split decision and it was on that last count. Well, the next one, Duggar. Again, unless you've been living on a rock and you did not catch my lives, Josh Duggar was found guilty. That's not what this is about. After he was found guilty, another news story about his sister came out. And allegedly, she is being charged with a misdemeanor of child endangerment. And I read bits and pieces. Allegedly, it had something to do with her falling asleep while watching the other children. If you know anything about the family, they have a very outspoken cousin, and she's really under NDA, but it doesn't matter. She has been the most vocal, even when the show was going on. Well, she spoke out and she said, I'm with you when you're right. And she kind of supported the sister. And she was like, this is not what this was with the other one. Jill, Joy, the other sisters that names begin with J's. All the J's came out, most of them, and basically threw shade at Josh and was like, in response to his guilty verdict. The husband spoke out and they were like, we're on the side of the law. We're on the side of right. So it's really nice to, as tragic as the situation is, it was nice to hear that they're not like a Stepford robot type family where we're just going to be robotic and not have any feelings, emotions, or reaction to what was going on. So it seems like trouble is trying to find this family, but thankfully the sister is just a misdemeanor, and it sounds like I said, it was a babysitting thing. And here's the thing: when you have 18 siblings and their siblings have children and all of that, that's a lot of kids. Okay, so she should have locked them up. And when I say lock them up, lock the house and stayed awake. I don't know, but I'm sure something else will come from it, and we will learn exactly what this story is about. So, speaking of learning what things are about, here's a little bit about me. If you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Right now, do it. So yes, just as my little commercial just said, if you like what you see on my channel, you have been coming in, and you know what? I've already done 3 stories. If you want to hang around and hold on to your like, go right ahead. But if you like what you see on my channel, go ahead and hit this like button. If you know someone would enjoy my content, you've been watching me for a while, and you're like, you know what? This chick is solid. Go ahead and share the content with them. Go ahead and share the video with them. Absolutely. But anyway, in the meantime, while you're trying to decide how you're going to support me, all of that is in the description box. I'm going to move on to the next story. Again, speaking of stories that keep on giving what they're going to give, this is going to be something else that I want to debate about on Wednesday. Do you think that, I'll save that for Wednesday. You're going to have to come back. Let's stick to the story. So anyway, Travis Scott. He is losing deal after deal after deal. Like, there has been a lot of backlash and consequences as far as sponsors are concerned as a result of this Astroworld thing. Again, come back on Wednesday, because some people feel like it's ill placed. Some people feel like it should go somewhere else. Some people feel like, hey, he's the headliner and he's the organizer. Absolutely hit him in the pocket. Well, people are hitting him in the pocket left and right. Well, Coachella, okay? Coachella has removed him from the lineup after this tragedy, and he will not be a part of the Coachella festival. Coachella is a musical festival that happens here on the West Coast in California, and Travis Scott, and they headline different artists, and Travis Scott is one of them that was on the docket, and he is no longer on the docket. He did speak out a couple of days ago with Charlamagne the God. I did not watch the whole thing, but he did have a few things to say. And one of the things that he said, like, hey, I have some responsibility, but hey, it's not all on me. So Coachella is out. But here's the thing. Not only is Coachella out, what is it called? He has a spiked seltzer. They pulled. Travis Scott's spiked seltzer has been discontinued. After careful evaluation, the company says, we have decided to stop all production and brand development of cacti agave spiked seltzer. We believe brand fans will understand and respect this decision. It's an Anheuser-Busch product, and so that was the spokesman that spoke out. All press releases related to cacti and Travis Scott are no longer available on the website. So not only did they discontinue, they moved and tried to disassociate themselves with everything. As I previously reported, Nike postponed the release of his shoe. And of course, he is out of Coachella. So, you know, yeah, he's just not having a good year, y'all. He's just not having a good year. Poor thing. But again, come back on Wednesday, because I'm going to have some questions surrounding this and other things, and we're going to talk about it. Speaking of this and other things, the child tax credit. So we're going to shift the conversation a little bit to the government money. Do you guys notice in your area that it's really hard for people to hold on to employees? Well, we're noticing that here. Mom and pop stores are closing left and right. My mom was telling me the bakery that she goes to is like a low carb bakery, closed. I know when we go out to eat, the wait sometimes can be absolutely ridiculous, and they cite workers and not being able to have and man the staff. Well, all a part of that whole conversation was this child tax credit that Biden administration had put out. Well, your last monthly tax credit payment is almost here. We know we're in the month of December, but it says that you could still get up to $1,800 more. The reason why I linked the question to this is because a lot of people are stating that this tax credit, the unemployment money and all this stuff is the reason why people are not returning to work. Other people are citing the fact that people have used the pandemic and kind of enlightened themselves to know what they are worth. So now a lot of people are entrepreneurs, a lot of people are pursuing positions that are worth their time and their station. So again, come back on Wednesday. We're going to talk about it. The IRS will send out the final advance child tax credit of 2021 to millions of eligible families in just 2 days. And while December's payment is the last one of the year, you can look for more money to arrive when you file your 2022 taxes. If you signed up for direct deposit, your last payment should arrive around Wednesday the 15th. Otherwise, expect your check to come in the mail by the end of the month. So again, with these advance payments coming to an end in December, you're likely wondering what comes next, whether Congress will authorize a new set of payments. Y'all know what I feel about it. And again, I'll talk more about it on Wednesday. We just can't keep going on like this. We just can't keep printing money and allocating money. We just can't. It's not healthy for the economy. It's not healthy for the government. So anyway, I wanted to just bring that to let you guys know that that last payment is here. I want to kind of talk about that also on Wednesday, having this debate. Is this the reason why people are not going back to work? What is the reason? So come back on Wednesday if this is something that it's a hot topic for you. It's a hot button for you, and that's what you want to talk about. So speaking of a hot button, we've just have ended a season of a lot of trials. And one of the trials definitely was of Derek Chauvin. And it's been reported that he's expected to change his plea to guilty in the Floyd civil rights case. Okay. Remember, this is the police officer that remember, on the neck, I can't breathe, mama, all that. He was responsible. We saw it on tape. Well, the former Minneapolis police officer, Derek Chauvin, appears to be on the verge of pleading guilty, the article states, to avoid guilty to violating George Floyd's civil rights, according to a notice sent out Monday by the court's electronic filing system. So if you don't know how court goes, if he's planning on pleading or planning on petitioning the court in any way, that's why we have that electronic filing. The federal docket entry shows a hearing which is scheduled for Wednesday for Chauvin to change his current not guilty plea in the case. These types of notices indicate a defendant is planning to plead guilty. The court system also sent out instructions for media who plans to attend. It's very interesting because what I'm smelling is a plea deal. That's what I'm thinking. Chauvin has already been convicted of a state murder and manslaughter charges for pinning his knee against Floyd's neck as the black man said he couldn't breathe. This was May of 2020. He was sentenced to 22 and a half years in that case. Leave a comment down below. Do you think that there will be a change to this sentence as a result of him pleading guilty? He and 3 other former officers were set to go to trial in late January on federal charges alleging they willfully violated Floyd's rights. A message left with Chauvin's attorney was not immediately returned. And the Attorney General's office, the U.S. Attorney's office, does not have a reply. So here's the thing. The information sent out on Monday gives no indication whether the other officers intend to plead guilty, but it definitely names Chauvin. Okay. As you know, this case was tumultuous. It catapulted a whole lot of protests, riots, just a complete split in the United States. So I want to see what is going to come about of this guilty plea, this change. What is it? So we will find out what it's going to be. Well, also, speaking of major cases, speaking of pleas and really just major cases, the USA Gymnastics Association, the Olympic Committee, made a settlement in this Nassar abuse case. So you guys see Simone Biles and other gymnasts. And if you remember, this is a case against the doctor with the gymnasts. They are now being awarded. So the U.S. Gymnastics and the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee has agreed to pay $380 million settlement to hundreds of survivors of the abuse from the former Dr. Larry Nassar. Unless you've been living on the rock, you don't know what this is about. The two organizations kind of oversee where, of course, this is where the gymnasts were performing. They were performing under the United States gymnastic, committee or whatever, you know what I mean? The organization. And so it came out, and subsequently, Larry Nassar was found guilty as a result of basically abusing the girls on the teams for years. Okay. And so now what it's being reported is they have now been awarded a $380 million compensation. That is hefty. Now, we all know, like I always say when I'm reporting about these type of stories, money can never change any of this. Money can never make any of this right, but it can sure as heck make things a little bit better and hit the people in the pocket where it hurts. I've heard Simone talk about, and different people say that the organization seems like they were protecting him. So what more would they do? Just like what they were trying to do with Travis or anybody else, is hit him in the pocket. And so that's what they are doing with this settlement. So check this out. If you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Right now, do it. So if you like what you see on my channel, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And hit the notification bell to be the first to know when I go live. Because in the month of December specifically, I am going against my 4-day-a-week live schedule to schedule a live every day. So those of you that are familiar, you know what Vlogmas is. I mean, most people that consume YouTube know what Vlogmas is. Well, I'm not doing Vlogmas. I'm doing Livemas, okay? And so I go live at least from the 1st to the 25th of December. I can promise you to the 25th. Anything after that, we will see. So go ahead and hit the like button, the notification bell, all that wonderful stuff. Now, I was preparing for this live and I saw this news article and I was like, okay, here we go. As you can see, this is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman happens to be one of my favorite characters, comic series, superhero. Wonder Woman. I think most girls my age growing up, they really enjoyed Wonder Woman. Well, it's being reported that Wonder Woman will get a superhero girlfriend in the new comic series. She first appeared in a comic in 1941, has in the past romantically been involved with Steve Trevor, a military veteran and pilot. Well, now she will lock lips with her girlfriend in the latest issue of the DC comic, Dark Knights of Steel. In the series, the second issue, in stores now, Lois Lane travels to Hidden Hills of Thymerica, and tells Zala El, Superman's sister and Princess House of El, that her father has been murdered. Distraught of the news, Zala El gets emotional, and her girlfriend, Wonder Woman, comforts her in a passionate kiss. Prior to the kiss, Wonder Woman and Zala El, a new character to the DC Comics, has been sparred on the battlefield. They've been sparring on the battlefield, according to someone that follows the comics. Can't really say I followed it. I'm like basic Wonder Woman fan. Leave a comment down below if you find this problematic. Leave a comment down below if you're like, okay. It's no surprise that Wonder Woman is out as a LGBTQ in the comic series, which is written by Tom Taylor, Petrino Abbott. In 2016, Greg Rucka, a former DC comic writer for Wonder Woman, confirmed in Comicosity that the superhero was bisexual. This is too much. I'm going to go out on a limb and just say that. Why? It's too much. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, what's the point? On all of it. And then someone else is going to kick back and say, well, why not? So that's why you got to come back on Wednesday, because I think this will also be a great topic of debate. The sexualization, some may feel the hypersexualization of comics. So there you have it. Wonder Woman is not only bisexual, but the next series, she'll be kissing her girlfriend, comforting her. So on to Eli. Elon Musk is Time's 2021 Person of the Year. Elon Musk has been named Time's Person of the Year. It came out early yesterday morning. And Musk is the richest person on Earth. He's the CEO of the aerospace company SpaceX. So that's where a lot of the common people, non-astronaut people, Michael Strahan, those guys, they're going up on at the coin of Elon Musk and at the design of his thing. So SpaceX. And he is also the CEO of Tesla, just in case you didn't know that. Time gives the title to the person it sees as having the most influence during the past year. And I got to say, like, he has been in the news a lot, especially, with him being, a top, the most richest person. But also, whether you like it, understand it, believe in it or not, it is a significant feat to now have civilians just kind of go and wave past space, just going up and waving past and coming back down. That's what Strahan did. And Michael Strahan went up with an actual astronaut's daughter, with an astronaut's daughter. He went up previously, and then she went up with Michael Strahan. So Elon has been named Person of the Year. Sometimes when this comes out, people are really upset. They don't understand it. They don't like the fact that, so for an example, Trump or somebody, and it's like, why him? But here's the thing. They didn't say you had to like him. It's just the most influential person of that year. And Elon's been doing some stuff. Leave a comment down below if you think that this was significant, if you think it was warranted, or you could think of somebody else. Tell me who that person is. Oh, I just hit my mic. Tell me who you think that person should be if it's not Elon Musk. Elon. Oh, boy. All right. So that is just foolishness. Okay. I was wondering where y'all were at, but I'm going to keep talking. So yeah, Elon Musk, Times Person of the Year. He's been doing some things. Well, speaking of doing some things, speaking of major things being done, again, unless you've been living under an absolute rock and you just really haven't been paying attention, the United States was hit on Friday with a major storm that kind of swept up the Northeast corridor from Tennessee, Kentucky, all the way up to Illinois, Ohio area. Left some major destruction. And as a result, a lot of people are without power. A lot of people are without resources. A lot of people are without their homes, just completely destroyed. Well, the weird thing about it is, or the troubling thing about it is, as they are trying to recover, it is being said that the next storm for the central US is set to deliver damaging winds, even as far west as Seattle. They're saying that Northern California is going to get hit. And so be prepared. I don't know what it's going to do as far as where you are. We're cold down here. Not going to lie, I don't like it. And the lows have been really low and the highs have not been high, but the sun's shining. I'm still in sweater. I'm in a hoodie. Not bad. And I don't really have to be. I can wear long sleeves. So I really am not complaining, but I am kind of complaining. So just a heads up, the AccuWeather forecaster says energy from the same storm that slammed the West Coast. Let me see. Let me read it. Slamming the West Coast with heavy rainfall and feet of snow will translate eastward by midweek. So it's going to start, like I said, California, Seattle, Portland, those guys, the West, and head east. And it's going to translate into another rash of adverse weather, the winds, the tornadoes, the rains, all of that. That's the last thing some of you want to hear. But I'm just telling you, just in case you're not watching the news. I know some of you, I'm like your news source. So I just want to make sure that you know that there is another strain of winds and rains that's on its way. So stay safe with that. Okay. Okay. No, that's not what I already talked about that. So speaking of tornadoes and all of that, here's a story that I thought was very interesting to share as a result of it. Just, as because if you're just like, oh, well, what's the big deal? Why is she saying that? Or it's not that serious. Well, here's a story that was shared that a tornado launched a family photo 130 miles away. As the devastation and cleanup is happening in Kentucky, as a result of the storms on Friday, debris was found in Dawson Springs, Kentucky. It was found on someone's car 130 miles away. So this family photo, this treasured photo, was caught up in the winds and ended up being found 130 miles away. So if you're wondering why I am just like, hey, look out, another rash of storms are coming, be safe. Do whatever you need to do to secure, follow whatever protocols you need to follow, but also be encouraged. Stories like this, they're kind of feel good kind of stories. Hey, Bless, good to see you. Hey. So now's the time where we're kind of winding out the story a little bit. I'm sorry, the live a little bit. I hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, now's the time that we're going to get into some So you guys know this segment. If you're new to my channel, this is the ridiculous news section. This is the time where I just kind of cover news that's either ridiculous, odd, or amazing, but it's just ridiculous. That's just what I call it, not always on the serious side. So let me see. First, it was FedEx. We had a story. Now the United States Postal Service is in the news because they are reported to have been operating some sort of identity theft ring. The United States mail carriers allegedly stole credit cards as a part of a huge identity theft ring. 4 U.S. Postal Service mail carriers, including 3 from New York City, are accused of stealing credit cards in the mail as a part of a $75,000 identity theft ring. The postal workers and 9 other suspects were indicted in a Manhattan Supreme Court on conspiracy, grand larceny, and a litany of other charges over the scheme that took place between January 2017 and August 2019. according to the Manhattan District Attorney. So this picture is just a whole host of them looking crazy on their way to court, stealing people identity. So the lesson here, number one, when you get those junk mails or what you think is junk mail, cut them up. You know, when they offering you credit cards and stuff like that, a lot of it happens through that. But then also make sure you have 2-3-step verification for your banking and your emails, just everything that will have your personal identification and stuff like that. The other lesson is I'm looking at those dates and I'm like, this was a while ago. A lot of times people think that they're getting away with something because time has passed. A significant amount of time has passed. And if you're of the aversion, or if you are of the behavior of doing negativity and kind of stealing and stuff like that, I'm just here to tell you, just because you think you're getting away with something doesn't necessarily mean that ICE is not coming for you, that the FBI is not coming for you. Because now here we are, some 4 years later, 5 years later, these people are coming up on charges. Exactly. Blessed Reborn says, wow, that's federal. It sure is. Because you're tampering. First of all, $750,000. It's a whole operation. It's a whole ring. Identity theft. You're going through people's mail. Come on, man. Just get a job. I'm so annoyed. And I forgot to pick out that story. I might pick it out after this one. After I'm done. Because we're now really seeing a brash of, I know illegal activities has been happening before, but we're doing a lot of smash and grabbing going on. But that's a whole nother story. Everyone be careful if you use PayPal. My bank account was hacked Saturday night. They was using it while I was talking to the bank. Oh my Lord, Ruby. I hope the bank was able to rectify your situation, especially since you were on the phone with them. But Ruby's right. Make sure PayPal is secure. And like I said, you have that verification and that protection on. Bless Reborn says they're going away for a long time. They sure are. They sure are. So that was the first story in the ridiculous news. That is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. Again, come back on Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be Debate Wednesday. We're just going to debate about a whole bunch of stuff, from the kitchen sets to everything else. Okay. So just come back on Wednesday. But I just don't understand the criminal mindset. And I don't want to understand it other than having psychology background with it. But the bottom line is these people really think that they're getting away with stuff. And really, it comes to people wanting to get over. Honestly, they just want something easy. They want you to do the work. They want you to have the lifestyle and everything else. And then they just want to take it. They don't do the work. Yes, they close out my account and we will refund my money. Good job, Ruby. I'm glad that you got that taken care of for sure. For sure. The next one. So here's an update. You guys know who this is. If you've been watching my lives, this is the better.com CEO. If you remember, you got to go back and watch the story, but he called people to the Zoom and he was like, hey, by the way, if you're on this call, consider yourself terminated immediately. Well, of course, he received backlash and people were having fits and all this other stuff. Well, it seems as though Mr. Better.com had the liberty and the luxury to be able to take time off after he let go 900 employees via Zoom. It's being reported that Vishal Garg, the CEO of Better.com, who laid off 900 employees over a Zoom meeting, it lasted less than 3 minutes, is taking time off from the company. Isn't that nice? Isn't it nice to be able to be a CEO, to be able to do something so heinous and then be like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. Everyone in the working class, people that are under him, do not have that luxury. They would have been fired. But again, as I stated, he was on a webinar on December 1st. And he told him, if you're on this call, you're part of an unlucky group. You're being laid off. And as I reported before, you got to catch that video. He also is known for being kind of harsh. He called his employees a bunch of dumb dolphins and all kind of stuff. I told y'all about me. I wouldn't put up with it. Okay. So his leave is also effective immediately, according to the Friday email from the company's board of directors. Day-to-day operations will be taken over by the company's CFO, Kevin Ryan. Better.com added that it is hiring a third-party firm to do a leadership and cultural assessment, whose recommendations will be taken into account to build a stronger, better team. CNN Business has viewed the email and has asked Better.com for a reaction. The recommendations of this assessment will be taken into account to build a long-term, sustainable, and positive culture at Better.com. Well, leave a comment down below. Do you think that the leave of absence is warranted, or do you think that he needs to be able to hit the road and never come back? Let me know. Back to the other story. Blessed Reborn says, whenever I'm purchasing something online, I make sure that I'm using one of those prepaid cards with nothing more than maybe a few dollars over the amount of purchase. They're not getting nothing. That is so smart, Bless. That's really smart. Really, really smart to be able to do that. So he's taking his leave. Y'all comment down below. Should he have been fired? Is that too extreme? I mean, because he is the CEO. But he's definitely taking a leave of absence. So that's that part. What was next? Y'all know I love me a good world record breaker in the ridiculous news section. Y'all know I don't mind a good, let me see if I can find it. Breaking news section. Not breaking news. What am I talking about? World record breaker. Well, this is an Idaho man, and he holds more than 200 Guinness World Records to his name. He earned another title by using his face to push a balloon 10 meters in 4.93 seconds. Again, don't at me. This is just a ridiculous news section. What happened?
Hey there, folks. Turns out pushing a balloon.
Let's see. I can't.
Hey there, folks. Turns out pushing a balloon with the face is deceptively difficult. Back with this week's Guinness World Record attempt. I tried this one a couple years ago, and it was so hard. I actually just gave up and put it on the shelf, thinking there's got to be easier ones that I can go after. I decided to go after it with a growth mindset this time. I do not show all of the fails in this video. If you like these videos, hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
Lord have mercy.
So is here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
They're measuring the time, the width of the balloon, Jesus.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Go. Go. Go.
Go, Daddy!
Go.
Go, Daddy! Go!
Go. What are y'all saying if you see your neighbor outside doing that? Me, I'm going to just look out the window and just let them have it. I don't have anything to say. If this is the least of that my neighbors are doing, I'm with it. Whatever. Do whatever. I'm okay with it, neighbor. And she just recording it. All right, he almost got it.
1, go!
Yo.
493.
Come on. If you like these videos, hit like, hit subscribe. Yep.
Y'all. Well, he did it. We saw him do it. I can't. Homeboy better watch his back while he's on vacation. He got rid of 900 people personally. I wouldn't have been able to enjoy my vacation because I'd be looking over my shoulder. He ain't on vacation. He taking a leave of absence. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Basically, that's what he's going to do. It's a vacation for him. A leave of absence. You're absolutely right. And it's around Christmas time, and that's what some people were saying before. So yeah, very, very interesting about this dude. Now that was ridiculous. I know. That's why I shared it. They were literally, listen, they spent, let me rewind it. They spent time to make sure he got that.
Folks, turns out pushing a balloon with the face is deceptively difficult.
All right.
Back with this week's Guinness.
What else? We did that. All right. So I'm not gonna hold y'all. Where are we at? We are right under the hour mark. Hey Tanya, good to see you. We're right up under the hour mark. So I'm going to come back right after this commercial break. We just got finished with our ridiculous news, and then we're gonna have like a cute little debate, and then we'll end. So I'll see you guys in a second. If you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Right now, do it. So if you like what you see on my channel, make sure you hit the like button. If you're looking for some great content and you like what you see, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. It's painless. And, you know, I know you're like, subscribe. You know, YouTubers are always about that because it just lets YouTube know that the content is solid. So the last thing that I would ask of you is $1,000. I'm just kidding. No. Not even money. Make sure you hit the notification bell to be among the first to know when I go live. The significance there is the fact that I am doing Livemas. Well, what's Livemas? Livemas is my spin, my take on Vlogmas. You know what Vlogmas is. If you watch doggone YouTube, you know the YouTubers are doing Vlogmas. Well, because I'm not a vlogger per se, I go live. I am going live from the 1st to the 25th of December at least. Anything after that is just bonus. But I definitely have been going live. It is the 12th day, and the 13th day, and this is the live for today. So with that being said, go ahead and do those 3 things. Help a sister out, okay? Absolutely free, okay? So anyway, let's get to this next segment. All right. So I found, because if you've been hanging around here, you know that I've been doing like Christmas trivia, that whole thing. And so I found this Christmas debate thing, and it's really cute. And so let me share it. Let me spin it. And then let's have one debate before we head out. I'm off to do the mommy thing. Let me see, what time is it? It's just 5, but we have a sports banquet to go to. So anyway, that's why I'm not going to hang around too much. But anyway, so this is the Christmas debate 2020. I don't care. Christmas is Christmas. We don't really need the date. So let's start it. And then you spin it. And it says, children on the naughty list should not get presents. Well, some people would be like, just give the kids the gifts. Some people would be like, well, it depends on how naughty. What's naughty? Because that's subjective too. Naughty for you would be, that's just kids for me. Or naughty for me would be like, girl, get over it. I got bigger problems. So the question is, if your child has been naughty, they're on the naughty list, they've really been bad, do you hold back gifts? We don't hold back gifts, but we have been known to take back the gifts that they really, really want. Okay, so if our naughty child really wanted a Game Boy and they just wouldn't stop, we're taking the Game Boy back. I'm taking it back. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what it is that you feel should happen if your kid's on the naughty list. And I'm talking about naughty. So they do get something. Are you taking us to another light show? No, today's a banquet, Ruby, but we are going to go on another light show. We are. So yeah, leave a comment down below. What is it? How do you handle your naughty list child? Do they get nothing? Okay. So anyway, let's do another one. Oh, to be honest, Santa is not a good role model for children. It depends on how you look at it. I know people that their kids absolutely believe in Santa. Disclaimer, turn me down real low because we talking Santa. So X out of here. Get the heck out of here. My kids never believed in Santa. So they didn't have that we didn't do that. So he was not a role model in the sense of being a role model. I don't know anybody that does use Santa as a role model. Is Santa a role model when you hear parents say, Santa doesn't like that, or Santa says be kind? I don't know. Again, leave a comment on this one. This one has stumped me because I'm like, what? So I'm going to eliminate that one. Let's spin again. I'm going to do 2 more. All right, we already did that one. Children on the naughty list. Let's eliminate that. Let's do another one. This is so fun. It's the little things for me. If you're peeking in and you're like, what the heck is Melissa doing? Who is this girl? Listen, we've already covered all the breaking news and everything. There will be timestamps as soon as I get done, so that way you can watch the live. But right now, I'm having fun with this Christmas debate wheel. Okay. Christmas had become too commercial. So I'm thinking they're saying Christmas has become. I agree 100%. Let's spin again. What do I mean? A lot of times people are going broke. People are not providing for their families. A lot of times people are worried about giving the message of the children, making sure they have something to open and all this other stuff, when the greater message should be, number one, caring for those that are less fortunate, but also two, it's better to give than receive. And that's one thing we've always made sure that we did with our kids. Like, they always drew each other's names. So even as we were giving, they always picked someone. We did a gift exchange within our family besides the extra that anybody else wanted to do. Always. And so as a result, we have raised 5+ Janae givers. They absolutely love to give. I've seen them take a gift card and say, oh, I'm going to use it for this one or whatever. And I know that some kids, some families, they are not like that. They're selfish twits. Thank God, knock on wood, our kids aren't like that. Okay. My son doesn't do Santa. They know parents is Santa. Ruby said, listen, I don't have any children, but my godson's mom will buy the gift and let him play with it like a PlayStation console, whatever the day case that is. The next day she packs it up and he has to earn it back. Oh, that's so sweet. She's nicer than me. She is nicer than me, but that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Buy it. And then he has to earn it back. And so I do the opposite. I'm taking it back. I'm not going to let you open it. I might even let you know that I have it. I've done that. They're probably scarred to this day. And it only had to do that to 2 of the kids. The gangsters. You know, there's always a gangster. So, yeah. Let's see. Let's eliminate. Oh, wait. I missed that question. Oh, well, let's do another one. I thought I talked about that one already. So, here's this one. Christmas presents should be opened. Christmas presents should be opened one at a time. Now, here's the thing. In my family, yeah, because hey, Cece. So girl, we just going through Christmas debates and having fun talking about it. I already did my breaking news and all of that, so we just having fun. But anyway, in my family, because we have, I mean, of course, a lot of them are, well, they're married and out the house and stuff, but we still do have kids at home. But when everybody is together, the tree is massive, everything is crazy. This one's trying to open it, and we're all trying to watch everybody open and enjoy. We have started doing one at a time, or 2 at a time, or 3 at a time. But part of the process is dispersing everything to all 19 people. Okay, just kidding. I don't have 19 kids, but y'all get the point is what I'm saying. So I agree with this debate question. It should be one at a time if you have a large family. But I also think that if you have younger children and you don't do it one at a time, that's how the bits and pieces and small parts and all of that get lost. So if everybody concentrates on one person at a time, then you can keep up with the different things, especially like we do. We have our kids, like in the top 3 kids, we have kids that are around the same age. So we might have bought 2 of the same thing. And then especially with the younger 2 of the same thing. So to have everybody opening stuff up at the same time, yeah, no. I like 1 at a time or 2 at a time, 3 the most. Because then we got to ooh and ah and look at everybody. So let's take that one out. Let's spin it. So if you're just joining in, hey, Black's Tropical, good to see you. Hey, CC, shout out to you also. I've already covered all my breaking news, so you're going to have to come back and watch all of that. But right now, we're just having fun Christmas debates for a few till I head out to my daughter's banquet here in a second. Anyway, Christmas should not be a national holiday. I'm going to say it should be. Leave a comment down below. Answer any of these that I go through. The problem, though, is y'all know I will play devil's advocate to a certain degree. The problem with Christmas being a national holiday, then you have people of other faiths saying, hey, we want our holidays to be national holidays, and they aren't. So that's the only downfall when you focus on Christian holidays, paganism, however you want to say it. I know a lot of it's not a Christian holiday. You get what I'm saying, okay? Let's do another one. All right. Oh, only children should get presents from Santa. I don't care about that. As I just stated in the debate before, my kids did not grow up believing in Santa. They knew where the gifts were coming from. But it's so funny, the older they get, I will literally text them and go, Santa wants your Christmas list. They know good and well it's not Santa. They know it's me and their dad. But, I don't want to ruin anybody else's fun. If you're 30 and you still believe Santa's giving out Christmas gifts, go right ahead. I don't have a problem with that. It's really your business. Let's eliminate that one. I said 2 more, and here we are answering all of them. Christmas has lost its real meaning. I think so. I won't say it's completely lost, but those of us that focus on it, absolutely, we focus on it. But it's commercialized. It's about a whole lot of other stuff than what it really is. And so, but I think those of us that hold on to traditional values and stuff like that, it's okay. I'm not a bah humbug. Like, oh, Christmas isn't the same. I'm not going to do that. People been saying that same thing. Christmas is commercialized and everything else since I was a kid. So apparently it hasn't lost too much. Christmas presents must only be opened on Christmas. Y'all leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this. I don't agree with this. There are certain situations that call for Christmas presents to be open prior to Christmas, after Christmas. We usually travel. This is the first year we have not traveled for Christmas, but we normally travel, and the kids will get gifts while they're at the place, but then they'll come back and then we'll have Christmas with the part of the family that didn't travel with us. So no, you just can't say it must only be opened on Christmas. Absolutely not. Especially, being prior military. My husband might not have called till the next day. Or he knows he's not going to be able to call on Christmas Day, so they were going to open the gifts the day before. So no, absolutely not. Things happen. No. We got 3 more questions. Now I'm committed. But leave a comment down below if you're just adamant and like, no, all Christmas trees should be real. Nope. As much as I love live Christmas trees, for me, I don't have time for the shedding, the cleanup. I love the way they smell, but I don't even think, well, when I was younger, I think my husband and I might have gotten a live Christmas tree, but no, leave people alone. See, I have a problem when we're like all this, all that. Come on, no. But leave a comment down below. Some of you may feel really strongly about that, so make sure you leave a comment, especially a comment about that. All right, we got 2 more. Okay, what is it? Christmas is just about shopping and money and not about families and friends. That is not true. That's not true. Everyone doesn't believe that. Some people really have held on to the traditional values of their families. Um, I like the family and friends aspect all the way back to December. I mean, to Thanksgiving. Okay. And we just keep it going. So some people may have lost the meaning. And yes, some people have commercialized it and materialized it, but that's not our issue. That's not our issue. Okay. I'm looking at the comments. So no, leave people alone. Let's see the last one. This was fun. Where's Patrice when we need her? Because I'm sure she would have had something to say about at least one of them. All right, what did it say? Where is it? Let's resume. What did it say? Christmas is upside down. Christmas decorations should be taken down by New Year's. I'm here to tell you that may be true, but that does not happen in my family. That's all I'm going to say on that. We put this stuff up. All of our stuff still isn't up. We're still getting our things up. I've just found out one of my little houses broke. So I'm a little sad, but that's okay because I am going to glue that sucker back. But we keep our Christmas trees up. We keep our Christmas lights up for a very long time. It's not even after New Year's. Don't add us. I'm just saying. We like it. So do what you feel like you want to do. Let me stop sharing. And that is the end of our cute little debate. But let's see. Christmas has not lost its real meaning. Christmas is what you make it. If you believe it's religious, then celebrate religiously. If you believe it's gift giving and Santa Claus, do that. Exactly. I think a lot of the questions were kind of infringing on people's personal preference. Like, here's the thing. Just because my kids didn't grow up believing in Santa, don't mean I'm going to trash you or ruin that moment for you, especially as a teacher. I've seen it all the time. I had to be careful with that. But also not even careful, just respect that. Black Straw was like, nah, I don't believe that. No, ma'am, it should be free, just like sugar does not belong on spaghetti. Sugar does not belong in spaghetti. And I understand why they do it, because they're like, oh, it cuts the acid and all of that. But I know people, my old neighbor from St. Louis, and her spaghetti was sweet. It wasn't just enough to cut the acid, because people will tell you, chefs will add a little bit of sugar to balance that out. Okay. But my neighbor, she said that's how they ate it in St. Louis. Sweet. And I was like, no, ma'am, no ham, no turkey, no thank you. So yeah. I don't have any kids, and even if I did, we all getting gifts. Point blank, period. Nothing like the real thing. So I agree, Black's Tropical. I just don't want to clean up after the real thing, to be perfectly honest with you. But I love the way they smell and all of that. But I also think, like, if you grew up with that tradition of getting in the car Thanksgiving night or whenever, going to the tree farm, picking out your own tree, cutting it down, that's fun too. It should be. People who don't want to celebrate it shouldn't have to celebrate it, but those who want to should be allowed to celebrate it. I like how you told them the truth. Oh yeah. Thank you, CC. Good to see you again, girl. I hope you're doing good. Trash Hand Waves is hollering at Black's Tropical with some 2/3 sugar with Kool-Aid and cups. No, thank you. So anyway, friends, that is the show for today. Thank you guys for continuing to rock with me. If you're just peeking in, go back, because we covered everything from Duggar to Jussie to that better.com CEO. Today was filled with a whole bunch of foolishness and mayhem and some serious news as well. So make sure you check that out. And shout out to those of you that are on the replay gang. You know what I always say. Leave a comment down below, because y'all know I always respond to those of you that are catching the replay, or you're just commenting after the live is over. So with that being said, as I always say, be kind to one another, just for no apparent reason at all. And if somebody just really deserves you to give you, you know what, to kiss, just watch how you respond. Okay. Tomorrow I'll be back with breaking news, but Wednesday we are going to be debating a lot of stuff. There's a lot going on, and we're just going to talk about it. And you can cam up, you can comment in the comment section, but just be looking out for that live on Wednesday. With that being said, let me read this comment. Okay, when it comes down to Christmas tree lights or decorations, to each his own. I used to trip off that a long time ago. To each his own, her own. Doggone it, leave it up all year long if you want to. Oh, you okay, so you were the type passing by my house going, why the hell they got their tree up? I'm not even going to tell you on this live how long we've had our tree up, especially the longest was during the pandemic. I'm going to just say that. We just said, okay, the tree for the streets. She going to be out here. It takes us a long time. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. So, as always, thank you guys for rocking with me. Like this video, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure that you hit the notification bell. Don't just touch it, click up and go to all, so that way you know when I'm going live, because I'm doing Livemas.